Hey guys, this is Nick from ForexForNoobs.com with the analysis. Today is with the midday analysis. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of September 2017. Time is 15:05 here in the UK. You're looking at a New Zealand JPY 8-hour chart. In today's analysis, we're going to be looking for reversal setups on all these pairs listed here. So let's just dive straight in and find some reversal. Actually, no. Before we talk about reversal setups, I want to talk about the reversal setup that I shared with you guys yesterday. Yesterday, I shared some potential setups. New Zealand JPY was one of them. New Zealand JPY has actually ended up being triggered and going pretty well so far. But this trade is in line with the trend, with the bullish trend. So it does have a lot of room to move to the upside. My target was just hit before this webinar, but that was just my initial target. So this trade was a high probability trade. As a high probability trade, I upped my risk, because my risk, I do it, I have 3 different types of risk that I use, or 3 different numbers of risk. So just to explain this really quickly, just a really brief explanation. Let's say my normal risk is 1%, right? 1% of my account size, or my total balance, is risk per trade. This isn't the actual number, but this is just an easy number to work with. So let's say 1% is what I risk on a normal trade. Now, let's say I'm taking a trade that I don't have much faith in. It's a bit of a risky trade. I might risk 0.75% on that trade, so I'm risking less of my total balance. Now, let's say there's a trade that I think is particularly good and I really like the setup. I think it has a strong chance of hitting its target. I might want to risk more on that trade. I might want to risk 1.25%. So with this trade, because it's a high probability setup, it's in line with the major trend. It was bouncing from a major support area. It was just a good setup all round. I chose my let me change the color of this. I chose the 1.25%, so that's the higher risk number, because I'm willing to risk more of my account if it's a really good setup. So now that I've explained that, this trade has hit target. I've closed out part of this position, but I still have a significant portion of this trade open. So I've closed out half, but I still have a significant portion open, and I'm just going to let this run, because I think this has a pretty decent chance of continuing up, just because it's in line with the major trend. It bounced from a strong support area. I think it has a good chance to keep going up. So what I want to see, now that I've closed out half, I want to see it continue to climb up. I'm going to be moving my stop loss up as it goes. So I might move my stop loss up. Right now it's here at this black line at the entry, but I might move it up a bit further. I might move it up to here as the trade goes, and try to make some more from this trade. Now I know a lot of you are in this trade also. A lot of you on the forum joined, and a lot of people who watched the analysis on YouTube have joined. Liz is in the trade. Troy, you're in the trade. Patrice is in. Troy, you've missed your target by 7 pips. That's fine. Don't worry about that. It's this has a lot of room to move up. Don't get scared and exit early. Is your overall target 7 pips away, or is that just your first target? How are you going to handle it? Are you going to split the targets? Park, you're in it too. Cool. Liz's first target is 82.10 all the way up here. That is a pretty big target. All right, so Troy, you're closing out at 7 pips from the high. for your overall target. Cool. Well, look, this trade is going pretty well. I think it has a good chance to keep pushing up. I'm going to hold on to the rest of my position and just let it run. Right, so what's the other trade I shared yesterday? Oh, I can't remember. I didn't take any of the other trades, so I can't quite remember. Well, none of them really triggered. Euro GBP and GBP USD. Alright, so let's take a quick look at Euro GBP. So Euro GBP, we're looking for a potential long, but it didn't quite trigger. It's just kind of stalling on this area. It's not looking very good. It seems like it's still headed down. I was looking for it on like the 12-hour/daily, and it just hasn't really happened at all. It's just been messy movement through here. I'm probably gonna call that off, looking for a trade here. I'm no longer interested. It just keeps pushing lower and lower. It's made new lows now. It's below the support area. I'd say jumping into a trade, there's a pretty strong chance that this support is going to become resistance and it's going to bounce away. Plus, it's trending down. So it's counter trend already. I mean, I don't mind taking counter trend trades. I'm not against counter trend trades, but with a counter trend trade, it's riskier. And I know going into the trade that it's riskier. So I want the other things to line up in favor of the trade. And here, nothing is lining up in favor of the trade anymore. So I'm no longer interested in Euro GBP like I was yesterday. GBP USD, this one neither did this one amount to anything. It just kind of kept moving down, broke below the support area. So the trade never really triggered, and it never really even turned into a setup. Like I say, we spot a lot of setups, but it doesn't mean that we spot a lot of potential setups, but half of them never turn out to actually be setups. So yesterday we spotted 3 potential setups. The GBP USD one never turned into anything. The Euro GBP one never turned into anything. They just kind of kept moving down, which is unfortunate, but you know, that happens. With GBP USD right now, it's broken below this support area. It's coming back up to test it. You know, there might be potential on one of the lower time frames, maybe the 4-hour for a continuation. Nah, not even on the 4-hour. Never mind. There's nothing really that we can trade here. Nothing I would want to trade. I don't want to go in long anymore. And no matter what happens down here, I think that this support area may have become resistance, and then it could just do something like that. So yeah, there's no potential trade here for me personally. EURJPY. Yeah, nothing much going on with EURJPY. It's in between support resistance right now. So AUDJPY. AUDJPY has broken below the support area and is now climbing back up to it. Now this might give us a potential short trade. Yeah, let's keep a close eye on this. It's coming up to the support area. I want to see what happens when it tests this support resistance area, sorry. So this is going to probably act as resistance now. So what I'm looking for is a move up to here, price to stall here for a little while, and then a continuation down. Yeah, let's just keep a close eye on it and see how it plays out. AUD New Zealand, it's just pushing down. It's in between support resistance. It looks like a reversal there, but that indecision candle is way too big. This is too messy. Nothing really that I would want to trade on there. AUD-USD. AUD-USD is falling into the support area. It's already reacting at the support area just before it, in fact. So let's see how that plays out. What I would want to see for AUD-USD is I'd want to see it continue to push down, and I'd want to see some indecision, some indication that sellers are losing control of price. Here at the 78.20, so around about down here, in for a potential long trade here, but we need to wait for price to fall into this area first, because right now it's already pushing away and it hasn't even touched the area. All right, CAD/JPY. No, nothing much here. It's broken above resistance, so. Euro AUD, nothing much there. Euro New Zealand. It's in between support resistance, so can't spot any trades there. Euro USD. Euro USD is starting to trend down. But it's in between support resistance also, so I can't really see any clear setups here. GBP AUD. That was weird. We're getting indecision forming on the resistance area here, but I don't really trust this setup. It's too messy. It's counter trend, it's messy, it's just not really something I want to trade. GBP CAD. Potential continuation, but it's way too messy to the left. So if we were to enter a long continuation in line with this trend, my concern would be that price is just going to get stuck here for a long time, because we can see what's been happening lately here. I don't really want that, so not do anything with that. USDJPY, nothing much. GBP New Zealand, pull this area down to here and just see how it fits down there. Yeah, that's a good area. It lines up with the most recent bounces. It lines up with some previous bounces. But it's too late, obviously, to enter a trade here because it's already moving down, so it doesn't really help us much. New Zealand USD. It's hit that support area. It's already bouncing away. USDCAD. Nothing much here. What I want to see with USDCAD is I want to see it move up to this resistance area. If it moves up to this resistance area, we might get a short forming here, but it's not quite there yet. USDCHF. Okay, this looks good. It's ooh, look at that. That nice little 12-hour candle. Right. I just want to look at the numbers on this. All right, we can get a 1.5 risk reward ratio if we get like a really good entry and a tight stop. We have some room to work with here. It's a bit messy to the left, but it has potential. It has potential. Let's keep a close eye on USDCHF. What I'm looking for here is a short reversal trade. So what we're seeing is we're seeing price come up to this resistance area. It's stalling on top of the resistance area. It's already stalled there before twice and pulled back. So we're looking for another pullback from here. Very minor move. I wouldn't want to go for much on this trade. It's against the trend, so I'd probably have a very small risk to reward ratio, 1.5. So 1.5 times my stop loss would be my risk to reward ratio. Yeah, let's keep an eye on it and see how it plays out. It's a pretty strong resistance area too. If you look to the left here, we can see this has had two major bounces in the past. So this all looks pretty good. USDJPY. Yeah, it's in between support resistance, so we can't really do much with that. Finally, taking a quick look at gold. Yay! It broke down through this this line. It's looking good. I want to see gold fall lower because it's probably going to present us with a nice long-term buy opportunity if it drops down to some of these lower support areas, which I haven't got drawn in, but they are there. And we'll take a quick look at silver. There's no setups on gold right now. I just wanted to continue down. Taking a quick look at silver. Yeah, nothing much is happening here either. I want to see silver come down to this support area. This support area here. If silver drops to this, it might present us with a nicer buy opportunity, possibly. We just have to see how it looks when it gets down there. But that's going to be a while, and these are longer term trades anyway. So for today, to wrap things up, the only setup I clearly see is USDCHF. Well, I don't even clearly see it. It's not really a setup yet. It's just starting to look decent on the 12-hour. We need this 12-hour to close. That's 6 hours, 40 minutes away, so that's going to be a while. AUDJPY, this isn't that great, but potential continuation here. We'll keep a close eye on that too. But yeah, we need it to push up to this. It's not that great. And finally, NZDJPY. If you're long, in my opinion, you should probably hold it. It looks like it's pushing up. So it looks like it's going to continue up is what I mean to say. So you should probably hold it. If you want to close out part of the position, do so. Totally depends on you, how you manage a trade. But anyway, are there any questions, guys? What about GBP USD? Oh, sorry, you guys were saying GBP USD earlier, never mind. I don't think Euro GBP has potential. Okay, let me clarify. Why I think it's too risky, personally. First of all, it's getting to the low side of the support area. So once it gets to the low side of the support area, it makes it harder to go long, because this support area might start acting as resistance. So it might push up against it and just continue down. So it's getting to the low side of the support area, which is bad. It's trending down already. So it's a downtrend. It's a bearish trend. Now, I don't mind taking counter trend trades. I'm not against counter trend trading, but when I'm taking a counter trend trade, I want it to be a good setup, and this is not a good setup anymore. First of all, to the left, it's just really messy. Second, like I said, it's broken through the support area. Now it's on the lower side, which is going to make it even harder. Yesterday, it made an attempt at pushing up and it failed. I mean, there's just so many factors against it. And if it's a counter trend trade, I want everything else to be good because I'm trading counter trend. And here, everything else is just not good. If this was with the trend, I might say, yeah, okay, I'll jump in. But it's just too messy. Alright guys, well, if there's no more questions, wait, Davor is typing something, so let's wait and see if he's typing a question. USDJPY yesterday, yeah, I saw that. It's a really good continuation trade. Did you take it, Davor? It's a bit low in the support area, which makes it a bit riskier, but I mean, it worked out really well, so it ended up being a really good continuation trade. Would I have taken this trade myself? Well, I didn't take it myself, and for me personally, it was just a bit too risky. but it is in line with the major trend. Actually, you know what? This is very similar to what we were just talking about. So looking at EUR/GBP, EUR/GBP, we're looking for a long trade here, right? We were potentially looking for one. It was low in the support area. It's got a bunch of messiness to the left. Okay, so if you look at the USDJPY trade, very similar, right? Low in the support area, lots of messiness to the left. Looks like a risky trade. Now, the difference between these two is EUR/GBP, what we're looking for is a counter trend trade. We're looking to trade a counter trend reversal. So the fact that we have all that mess to the left and it's low in the support area makes this a really risky trade. But with USDJPY, it's with the trend and it's with a majorly strong trend. So this one, even though it has those negatives, this one's much safer than the EUR/GBP one. They're very similar setups, except for the fact that one is with the trend and one is counter trend. See what I'm saying? I just thought I'd clarify it a bit further for anyone who didn't get it. And it was just a really good example to illustrate everything. I've been saying for years that trading against the trend is not a bad thing. You just have to know when it makes sense to trade against the trend. You just need to know when it's safe. And a lot of traders don't. They just blindly jump in against the trend without knowing, without assessing the risk properly, and then they lose. And then they think, oh, trading against the trend is really bad. But it's not really bad, because no trend that I have ever seen moves up consistently without ever pulling back a little bit. No trend. No trend I've ever seen just moves up and up and up and up and doesn't pull back a little bit. We can see it in look how strong this trend is. This trend pulled back here. So there's always going to be those pullbacks in trends. And those pullbacks present you with nice trading opportunities. So trading against the trend is perfectly valid. You just need to know when to do it, when it's safe to do it, when it's smart to do it. The setup needs to be solid. But anyway, I think that wraps it up, guys. It doesn't look like there's any more questions. Keep a close eye on USDCHF. USDCHF is looking decent. It's a counter trend trade, but you know, our target can be tight enough that this stuff to the left shouldn't bother us too much. It may not turn into anything, but it has potential. AUDJPY, you know, I don't think this is going to turn into anything, but it's worth keeping an eye on. So, when's the next crypto webinar? Probably tomorrow. I'm thinking Mondays and Thursdays make the most sense for crypto analysis webinars. So probably tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be a double webinar. Crypto analysis will be after the Forex webinar. So anyway, guys, thank you for attending, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.